Metal Historical Fencing wants to make sure anyone who enters their space feels honored and welcome, so they're here today to invite you to join their intro class cohort that's kicking off June 11th. Joining me now are Eric Archer and Cindy Westfall. Welcome to ciLiving.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, so tell me a little bit about historic fencing. What is it?
So historical fencing, the way I like to think about it is it's a martial art like any other martial art. People might be familiar with samurai swords or hand-to-hand combat. This is very similar to what we do. We train from early Renaissance sources. The book we use was written during the German Renaissance in the late 1500s by a man named Joachim Meyer, and it's an entire system of combat and training for fencing tournaments, because they had those in those days too, with steel swords.
And if somebody would like to come and join the cohort and take classes, what do they have to do? Where do they sign up?
Well, we try to make it as easy as possible, so all they really have to do is just show up for the first day. We don't take so much as their email. We just want people to come in, check things out, have fun. That's going to be June 11th at 6:30, and that's at our space on Springfield Avenue, 2513. It's right by El Toro Bravo and Kaufman Lake. And really, that first day, we just do some very basic stuff so people can kind of get a sense of, like, is this for me? Do I like this? They come back the second day, then we talk about, memberships and what's the path forward and those sorts of things.
I really like that. So the first one is just sort of a trial, and it's very low pressure. So if you get there and you're like, let's do this, you can sign up and continue on. Exactly. That's great. Well, and how did you both get involved? Did you do a trial cohort, or did you create the organization? How did this all start for you two?
Well, for me, I used to do a number of years of modern style fencing, like the kind that you see on the Olympics. And so I was familiar with sword combat, and I have loved swords all my life. I was very into the Zorro cartoon as a little girl, which probably dates me a little bit, but I've always liked swords. And so when I found out through a friend, one of my fencing instructors from the Point Fencing Club here in town, that there was a school for HEMA, Historical European Martial Arts, I thought, I think I'll try it. And here I am.
And here you are. And what about you, Jordan?
So when I moved to Champaign in 2021, I had been looking to do HEMA for a number of years because I had become aware of it online. And I happened to stumble across the group that was around before this group, led by the guy who instructed me. It's Matt Curry here in town. And I just found him online, joined up, and that was before we had like intro classes in our own space and all that sort of stuff.
Sure.
We were practicing in the park and just kind of doing the best we could. We've come a long way since then.
Well, I would love to see, and I'm sure you probably would as well, what exactly this looks like. So can you give us a little bit of a demonstration?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to get out of your way.
So I got to put on some safety equipment first.
Okay.
Very important.
All right. The gloves, the helmet, you're ready to go.
Yeah. So, well, I'm ready to go for demonstration purposes.
Okay.
If we were sparring, I would wear much more equipment.
Okay.
And so would I.
Yeah.
Yes.
So basically all HEMA begins with a cut. So if we cut in against each other, my objective is to first make myself safe and then to hit my opponent. Now I don't really have a line to hit Cindy here. So to achieve that line, I could push my pommel through under my arm and open her up for a cut. However, Cindy doesn't want me to do this. So if we get back to that position of the initial cut in, as I push my pommel through under, she can change through underneath and thrust to counter my attack there. And that's one very simple sequence, from some very simple handworks and things like that.
That's really cool. And that's so interesting that it's sort of that give and take, and you're sort of defending while you're attacking all
Yes.
at once.
Yes, it's very dynamic.
Yeah, and it looks great.
Yep. You know, the full speed stuff I think is really hard to watch if you don't kind of know what you're looking at.
Right.
But when you slow it down, you break it down like that, it's all like makes a lot of sense. It flows very logically. It's a lot of fun.
It almost looks like ballet. It's like that very
Yes.
choreographed back
Absolutely.
and forth and back and
Yes,
forth.
exactly.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both for being here and for sharing all of that information. And if you're
Thank you for having
interested
us.
in joining the cohort on June 11th, or if you want to rewatch any of the segments from today, you can visit us on our website, ciLiving.tv, after the show, and we would be happy to connect you.